So hi everyone, this is my very first video. Nice to meet you. Uh, so today I'm gonna present you how to do a bit of shooter bounce, which is gonna sound like this.
I don't know if that does you any good, but there's something out there.
So this is very basic shooter bounce. This is nothing very fancy, and of course there's already thousands of tutorials on YouTube which are gonna explain to you, maybe way better than I'm gonna do, how to do shooter bounce. Um, but let me try anyways. So I started with some chords which sound like this. Nothing too crazy. See, there's not that many notes. I just wanted to be efficient. Then I did the top melody on top of this, so it sounds like this. So this is a very typical future bounce melody, nothing crazy, but I feel like it works quite well, and I wanted the whole track to have kind of a space vibe to it. Like all of my ideas were in that direction, and I really like this melody. I feel like it's very efficient. So I layered it with not that many leads. You can see there is only 3 leads. But anyways, I feel like they work quite well. So there is a lead like this. So here are my 2 leads. As you can see, there's nothing too crazy. It's mostly distortion, saturation, compression, and a bit of EQ to get rid of all those low frequencies. And for my whistle, it's just to get rid of the highs, because there is already a lot of highs in the track, except from this. So with all the layers, it sounded like this. You're gonna see all the magic comes from the reverb actually. So after having my leads, I took my chords and just layered them with the lead, so it sounded like this. Again, not that many layers. It was quite of an efficient track. I didn't go crazy on this one. So there is a typical saw wave like this. I think this one is a square. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, just one square. I like some init presets. Sometimes I feel like they work quite well. They just add this simplicity to the track, and I feel like it works quite well in this one. I think, yeah, there is no mix to it. And FL keys, of course. We are still in house, and a good house track needs some FL keys sometimes. So it sounded like this. Same for the mix, it's nothing crazy. Let's see this one. I took the init preset and just added some saturation and some compression and some EQ and a kickstart. I have always the same ones. So then I had my chords, my leads. Of course, we are in a future bounce track, so it needs a bit of bass. So here's my bass. It sounded like this. I feel like it's a nice bass. There is a lot of different sounds. That's what I wanted to do, because the leads and the chords are very simple. So I wanted my bass to be a bit different from what you could hear. So I decided to go for many basses. So even though I have many basses, none of them is very original. So you have a typical Mohawk bass like this, a typical Brooks bass like this, and a typical, let's say, Oliver Heldens kind of bass. So when you have the leads, the chords, and the bass together, it sounds like this. Which is not good. It's not good, but as I said before, all of the magic comes from the pitch bends and the reverb. The reverb is from Pro R, and I always take the same one. I think I have, yeah, I guess it's gonna be this one. Yeah. I always use these very large reverbs from Pro R, which are I feel are amazing. Not gonna lie. So with the reverb, all of this sounds like this. Which is already way better. It's already way better. And then the rest comes from the ambience, the FX, and the drums. So for the drums, I started, as I always do, with some very, very basic stuff, which are going to be one kick and two claps. For the kicks, I heard one day a tutorial saying that you should just normalize, add a bit of boost and clip, and it works. And I mean, it's a good kick. It has a lot of high ends, a lot of low ends. Maybe it lacks a bit of middle, I guess, maybe. But overall, it works. That's all I wanted to have for this one. And so with the claps, very efficient. For the percussions, I didn't add that many, just 3 actually. I told you I was very efficient on this one. So I added some drop claps, some shots, and some crash, which made it sound like this with the percussions. So good. And again, I wanted this track to be very space, futuristic kind of vibes. So I added, of course, some ambience to make it sound better. It sounds nice. And so all together it sounded like this. I really like this drop. Now we can move on to the break, which is the other main part. I mean, the first one and the second one are pretty much the same. Just I let the Reese during the build-up in the second one, but overall it was the same one. So for this one, so for the break, I just had the same chords that I showed you in the beginning, which sounded like this. So I started with this. I wanted it to have a space vibe. I said it too many times. So I just had this filtered. Where is it? Yeah, I just had this filtered synth, which I felt like was very nice. And I added some violins. And I felt like this had kind of a Daft Punk Contact vibe. So I decided why not just take the vocals. So that's what I did. I struggled to find them actually. It was pretty hard, but still I managed to do it. So...
Hey Bob, I'm looking at what Jack was talking about, and it's definitely not a particle that's nearby.
That's perfect. And of course, as I said, in my opinion, a space track needs to have like a lot of ambience, a lot of stereo image. So that I just took a bunch of atmospheres, FX, some vinyl here. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Why not? Some forest ambience. I put this in every song. This one is everywhere. Some shots and of course impacts and crash, and that was it. That was.
Hey Bob, I'm looking at what Jack was talking about, and it's definitely not a particle that's nearby. It is a bright outtake.
So every FX came from Splice basically. This one came from Splice, this one, the vinyl, everything came from Splice. It's such a good platform for samples and stuff like this. It's perfect. And so I decided to go directly for the mellow.
It's way out in the distance.
Nothing too crazy about the build-up, just a MHA loop, some swipe ups, to a down sweep here, and that was it. Just a filter, automation, and that was it. Nothing too crazy again. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. It was my first video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, well, you can leave a like, you can share, whatever. I will do a bunch of these videos over the month, I think. I have so many projects that I worked on that I definitely want to share. So see you guys another time.
I don't know if that's any good, but there's something out there.